Welcome back, everyone. Today is National Sangria Day, and we're celebrating the only way we know how, right, Hazel?
By drinking. We are joined by head bartender at Hidden Pearl and bartender at Rule of Thirds in Brooklyn, Lisa Fernandes. Thank you so much for being
Welcome,
here.
Lisa.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So how long have you been doing this? How long have you been bartending?
Drinking or bartending?
Well,
A little bit of both, I guess.
Drinking, a long time.
Okay.
Bartending, a few years.
Oh,
Like
very
taking my culinary background, chef, my entire life, and
Oh,
putting it
okay.
into drinks.
Very nice.
You get to eat what you drink.
there you go. So today, again, Sangria Day, National Sangria Day. What did you bring us to start? Because Sangria, typically, we say, okay, it's a red wine, they throw some fruit in it. Is it that simple?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
You don't,
Goodbye. Good night, everybody. No. just kidding.
you don't have to make it complicated, and I wanted to make something that was simple and ingredients that are readily available, any supermarket. In here I have blackberries, grapes, some green apples, a little bit of cinnamon, oranges, and lemons, and that's it. Put the sugar in, let it sit overnight, so it's all that juice just came right out of the fruit. And then we're just going to load that into the glass because it's breakfast time, so we should
Yes.
definitely have some
I
breakfast.
notice cinnamon's finding its way into so many things these days, and I love it actually. And when it's a hint
Yeah.
within the balance of whatever
So
you're
don't
making.
put the whole cinnamon stick in yours.
No, that's good. Take that.
Well, how
I can
much,
handle it.
well, because there is so much sugar in the fruit, how much sugar should you add to a sangria?
So I would say with about 4 cups of fresh fruit, I would do 1 cup of sugar and then just let it sit, and that way you don't have to worry about adding anything else into the sangria. It's just wine, fruit, and that little bit of sweetness that was made from the actual fruit.
Minimum, maximum time in terms of like letting it sit.
Like an hour or 2.
That's all you need.
Yeah, not too much time. It's pretty easy.
So now you're adding. This is.
This is a Chenin Blanc. You can add any white wine you like. Doesn't really matter as long as it's not. As long as you like the wine on its own, you'll like it in a sangria. So that makes
no
sense.
doubt.
And then that's it? Do you leave it again after
Nope,
this?
this
And
is
that's
it. This is absolutely it. And I have these really fun little glasses that are pitchers and individual glasses. So if you want, you can share, but you don't have to share.
I think I would not want to share.
I agree.
Because that looks delicious.
That looks
But
amazing.
is there a preference, though, for you, white wine or red wine? Can you use a red wine in a sangria?
You can use white, red, you can use orange wines, anything you really like as long as the flavors are delicious, like I was saying. So if you have a bottle of wine that you're not sure if you're going to like, just make it into sangria. Make a pitcher and just Sunday afternoon drink it and just relax, have a good time.
Why
So,
waste a bottle
Make
of
sure
wine,
to.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't waste it.
So I mean, typically, people will say, well, that's what I'll use an average bottle, but you don't really want to use your highest end wines, or do you?
Definitely don't use high-end
Right, you
wines
just
because
wanna-
with all of the fruit and all the other flavors you're going to add, you want
Destroying the
something that's
wine.
exactly. The good wine you save for drinking on its own. Drink that before the sangria, and then once you don't really care what your wine tastes like, then turn it into sangria and drink that.
And make sure you slice your grapes. More surface area.
Yes, always slice your grapes.
Always
they're hard
slice your
to
grapes.
they're hard to stab otherwise. You
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
get
that's
them
true.
on your
How
fork.
would
they
that
fly
work?
around in the glass.
All right, I'm going to get. Would you want to try that one?
Oh, you can do it.
Okay.
Because, listen, I have very low tolerance. One of those, and you'd be
Oh,
on
okay.
your own for the rest of the show.
I was going to pour it out, but okay.
Are there specific fruits that you would recommend with a sangria, or just anything?
Absolutely. I think citrus is really nice in there. Definitely lemon and orange. Traditional sangria has like a lemon lime type of soda put into it. And something that's nice with this too, if you want, you can be fancy.
Sparkle it up.
Make it a little bit sparkly.
Okay.
This one is a yuzu
love that.
flavor. I really like this brand. It just has some really fun Asian-inspired flavors.
Very nice.
Are you a sparkly person? I'm not that.
I am
like
a
the bubbles.
sparkly
I don't like the
person.
bubbles.
Oh, well then-
we know you're sparkly.
Oh,
but,
I'm all about the
You love the bubbles? Okay.
Definitely take that one.
What about pairing?
For food?
Yeah.
Oh, this can go with anything. Sangria typically, I think, would be drank in the summer. National Sangria Day is today, so you can have this with like roasted chicken. You can even do this with pizza, salad.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's anything that wouldn't go with sangria.
Fits all sizes.
It really does.
Real quick, so tell us about the 2 locations that you're bartending. in.
Absolutely. So I'm the head bartender at Hidden Pearl.
where's
It's
that?
a speakeasy type bar.
cool.
We like to say it's not a speakeasy, it's just inconveniently located. That's in Greenpoint, Brooklyn.
that.
Very tiki-inspired Japanese cocktails, super fun, very small, intimate place.
Cool.
Definitely come by, check it out.
All right.
And then I also bartend at a Japanese restaurant in Greenpoint called Rule of Thirds. Incredible restaurant. I
Nice.
love working there. It's a great team, great food, great drinks, and a crazy sake program.
All right.
Awesome.
You may just find a familiar face or two showing up in the
Great.
weeks
Yeah,
ahead. then.
especially during the holidays.